Hello aspirants, welcome you again to the second day of our initiative Daily Dose, where we are providing you all the small snippets which you get in your daily newspapers, apart from the editorials and the op-eds which you get in your news analysis discussion of Samachar Manthan. So this is an initiative which is going to provide you all the small linkages from your syllabus related to the small news which come in the newspapers every day. So, and before that, I want you all to remind you that you have to fill this Streak Daily Initiative form, where you will be given all the free UPSC material related to important article compilation from Down to Earth, Frontline Magazine, Yojana, etc. You will be provided with everyday timetable, especially to those students or those aspirants who cannot afford to make timetable every day, especially the job going people. And we will be providing you with the CSAT compilation of questions, prelims and mains related help, and all the advices which you need. All this is free of cost. So the description for Streak Daily Initiative is given in the link below. I want you all to just go through it and please fill the form as soon as possible. So starting with today's news discussion, that is on 17th of August, what important snippets which we have got. The first in news is government dismisses the snooping charges. This is not a new piece of news which has come from a very long time. This whole debate and discussion whether this Pegasus spyware had been used by the Indian government or not. This was in news from a very long time. Now today, the petition which was brought into the Supreme Court for the debate and discussion. So the government has dismisses the snooping charges. It said that there was no such incidents of snooping any individual. If it was used, it was only for the national security reasons and everything. So a lot of debate and discussions are going on. That is not what I am going to discuss in detail. So what I will tell you over here is what the basic of this particular news incident is. So important over here from your prelims perspective is regarding the Pegasus software or the spyware. What this Pegasus spyware is. So it is basically a spyware that is used as a spy material in order to snoop someone. Mostly it is used by the governments of different countries in order to check or in order to curb the various internal security related incidents which are happening, especially if it is against the national security, if it is threatening the national security, for taking out the intelligence reports, etc. Now this spyware, it was developed by Israeli cyber arm firm NSO Group. It was started in 2010 and in 2016 it was taken up from the earlier it was developed by USA. Now it had been taken by the Israeli counterpart NSO Group in 2016 or so. So, in 2010 or so, and later on, it has started to develop its own version of this particular spyware, right? Which will be applicable on most of the versions of iOS and Android. That is on Apple phone also, it will be applicable and it will be quite successful in that, because some of the incidents were even seen and in the context where this Apple phones have been affected by this Pegasus spyware, right? So in your prelims, what you are expected from this particular news article is that they may provide you certain statements related to the basics of this particular spyware, right? बहुत बड़ा news नहीं देंगे, but yeah, related to it कुछ statements they can give. तो एक बेसिक आइडिया होना चाहिए कि स्पाईवेयर क्या होता है, हाउ इट वर्क्स, एंड स्पेसिफिकली पेगासस स्पाईवेयर कैसे वर्क करता है. दोज थिंग्स मस्ट बी क्लियर इन योर माइंड, राइट? सो एज ऑफ 2016, अभी अगर देखा जाए, नाउ इन 2018 बेटर वर्जन्स have come, but 2016 तक what situation was there with the Pegasus spyware was that it was capable of reading text messages, accessing the target's device microphone and camera, and harvesting information from the apps. तो इस लेवल का था कि once your mobile gets affected by this spyware, or if your mobile had the access of this spyware, तो वहां पे it can even access your camera, your microphone, everything. 2016 तक ये लेवल पे आ गया था ये spyware, right? Now तो it has developed into a much better version, ठीक है? But important over here is that कि statement आ सकता है UPSC में. Why I am telling you this is because in 2017 prelims, they had asked you a question on near field communication. In 17 or 18, they had asked this question on near field communication, right? So near field communication ka they had given you the basics, बहुत ही basic statements they had given, and you should have an idea कि near field communication how it works. ठीक है, तो कोई भी technology, whatever technology is coming in news, you have to find out the basic of that, the fundamentals of that, how it works, और basic principle एक क्या है. They had even asked a question on interferometry once, because this was in science news. This was when Higgs boson and everything was going on. Then this interferometry term was in news. Now this is an article. This is the term which is mostly when you study about the classical physics in higher standards, then this term is used. So they had not given very long or very confusing statements. बस normal statements थे. You should have a basic idea कि कैसे principle, किस principle पे work करता है, and how, on what idea it is being built upon, right? तो वो चीजें पता होनी चाहिए. That's why I'm telling you the basics over here. So in 2016, it has targeted the mobile phone, and one important thing over there is that the infected person or the infected phone or the customer will not be able to get an idea whether that phone had been infected by this Pegasus spyware or it had been attacked by it. Customer को पता नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है? So that is how this whole spyware, obviously spy is something which the other person is not aware of कि we are being spied, ठीक है? That's why it's in spyware. Now the next important thing is that it is a Trojan horse computer virus. So the Trojan horse computer virus, these are various kinds of viruses, software programs which are being launched in the computers to attack or to hack or to steal the information. Basically, it is used for the theft of the information from the attacked computers, right? So it is a Trojan horse computer virus. It can be sent flying through the air to infect all the cell phones. Right, that's why it is based. The name is based on a Greek mythological character which can fly and which can infect. Right, so this is a flying through the air which can infect the cell phones based on Trojan horse computer virus. This software, right? Now, this company, that is NSO Firm Group, it had stated that it provides authorized governments with technology that's helped them combat terror and crime. तो बेसिक आइडिया जो था इस पेगासस सॉफ्टवेयर को बनाने का बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर इजरायली फर्म वाज दैट इट वाज हेल्पिंग द गवर्नमेंट्स टू ट्रैक डाउन क्राइम एंड टेरर इन देयर टेरिटरीज, इन देयर कंट्रीज. ठीक है, वॉट एवर गवर्नमेंट इज यूजिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर स्पाईवेयर, इट वाज मेनली टू कर्ब द इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स फ्रॉम द कंट्रीज. बट यहाँ पे एलिगेशन ये आया था दैट द गवर्नमेंट इज यूजिंग इट ऑन पीपल इन ऑर्डर टू फॉर सम पॉलिटिकल और वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट. दो the allegations have not yet been proved. It is the court is under adjudication under the Supreme Court, so we have to see what all unfoldings are being done. But basic idea ये रहना चाहिए, ठीक है? Now the attacker, as of now in 2018 का जो अभी updated version था, so the attacker can control the phone's camera and microphone and use the GPS function even to track a target. तो ये सारी चीजें Pegasus software कर सकता है, Pegasus spyware कर सकता है. Okay, that was the important thing which was needed. And in Indian Express explained column, the working of this whole spyware was given very properly. So if you can see from this particular figure, from this diagram, you will find that it can infect devices that are connected to the internet. Some updated version, experts claim, can also infect phones even without the victim clicking on any links or messages. So even software, this WhatsApp had come up with this, that it had stated that many of the video calls had been interrupted or it had been hacked by this particular spyware without the information, without the person even picking up the video call, right? तो इस इतने level का infectious spyware है ये, ठीक? So most spyware and stalkerware apps, they disguise themselves as an anti-theft applications. So they disguise themselves as something else. Once you click, your phone itself get spied, right? That can be used to track stolen or lost devices. While viruses and malware can be detected by the antivirus software, this particular spyware or any kind of spyware and stalkerware, they disguise themselves as useful send out stolen data to central servers without the knowledge of the users. This was the idea which was being used by this particular software. So you should know about the basic theme of this particular topic, right? This is important from your prelims perspective. Agar mains ke hisab se we will see to again a very basic thing, that is cyber security and cyber crime, which is directly related to paper 3 of your syllabus, internal security, right? So in that, now what you have to check out for your mains, from your mains point of view, is that कि हमारे India में what all steps have been taken in order to curb the cyber crimes. We had a cell, especially dedicated cell in all most of the departments. We have various bots which are being used in order to clean the phones, clean the devices from this malware and spywares. So what committees have been formed in order to curb these cyber crimes. From the international community, what all helps we are getting from international organization point of view, we have to find out कि किस level पे हमारी cyber security team जो है that is working, right? So all these things are important from your mains as well as your essay perspective. Next is purified drinking water supply via tankers taxable. Now, this news article is basically, it was provided from a state perspective. Why I have put it here is that in 2019, they had given a question related to sand policy, sand mining policy, right? A question आया था 2019 में regarding the sand mining policy, and that particular question had a statement जहां पर केरला में कुछ ऐसा हुआ था, some incident had happened in Kerala, and on the basis of that news piece they had given a statement in that question. बाकी तो overall broader area पता था कि sand mining allowed है कि नहीं allowed है, but केरला में sand mining से related something had happened. कुछ legislations बने थे, and they had given this statement that the states have the power to come up with the sand mining policy, or they have the power to regulate the sand mining and or something like that. I very vaguely I remember that question, but it has some statement like that, right? So इसलिए I had picked up this article कि अगर GST से related or taxable income or in economy, if you get certain questions, so such kind of news articles, such kind of news pieces will come to your help, will come to your rescue, okay? Because they tend to give up such kind of statements in the prelims exam. So this is important from your prelims point of view mostly. Mains में उतना important नहीं है इसका. So what is important is that the context of this news is that supply of drinking water to the public through mobile tankers or dispensers. The mobile tankers or dispensers, the colonies में कभी-कभी आते हैं in order to dispense the water. Even they are taxable. So that is why this news piece is important. That if they are acting as a charitable, if they are being provided by certain charitable organization, right? If this Jal Nigam is not providing the water, rather than that, if some charitable organization is providing the drinking water supply by the dispensers and everything, private organizations, it is taxable at 18% under the GST AAR has ruled. AAR is the Andhra Pradesh authority. Right, so they have said that if some charitable organization is providing the water supply, then it will be taxable under the 18% tax slab under the GST regime. Okay? So that's why this is important. So you should know that some charitable organization, if they are providing this drinking water, except the government ones, so they are taxable. Okay? So only this much was important in this, nothing more than that. Next piece of news is why a former militant's killing triggered a crisis in Meghalaya. So recently a crisis had occurred in Meghalaya where one of the member of a militant group had been killed, and after that certain violations had occurred in the state. Important over here is कि एक तो जिस particular organization से that member belong, you should know the basic of that, you should know the history of that, ठीक है? Beyond that, what you have to look into, what you have to take into consideration is what are the various organizations or various extremist or separatist groups which are working in certain areas in the northeast regions. तो उस पे specific questions prelims में भी आ सकता है and even in mains. कि what are the major causes, what are the major reasons that such kind of separatist tendencies are occurring in the north, especially in the northeast India? What provisions do the government have and what role the states are playing? Okay, this is the kind of mains question which you can get. Prelims point of view, say I'll tell you some important things only which you have to look forward in this particular piece. So the name of that particular member was he was from this a community or a separatist group basically. So his name was Cherishfield Thankyou, but he was a member of outlawed Honey Trap National Liberation Council. Now they can give you few names and they can give the match of the following कि ये separatist group या ये particular extremist group किस region में काम करता है. So NSCN is one of that in Nagaland, which is active in Nagaland. Then NSCN-IK, NSCN-M, some of the separatist groups from Kashmir, some of the extremist groups from Kashmir and all. Darjeeling region. So ये सारे regions के they can give you the name and they will ask you to match the states where they are operating. Right? Because once they had given this SWOT and anything or everything, match the following world community के perspective में. So such kind of match the following question can come. So this particular group, that is Honey Trap, basically NHLC, Honey Trap National Liberation Council, it works in Meghalaya and which brought the crisis in Meghalaya after the murdering of the killing of the member, one of the member, right? Now, basic background इसका ये है कि that member, that particular person had surrendered earlier, but the police got the information, local police of Meghalaya got the information that since last 6 months he has become very active in bringing certain disturbances in Meghalayan region, right? तो एक important point तो ये हो गया कि where this particular group is active, ठीक है, in Meghalaya it is active. Next important thing, आपके mapping point of view से जो important हो जाता है वो पूरा मेघालय का map, right? In which particular region it is operational. Meghalaya की topography क्या है? What are the various important national parks which are present in that region, right? Then what are the wildlife sanctuaries? कुछ important वहाँ पे activity और हुई है अगर तो all these things become important और ऐसे ही link फिर बनाते जाना है पूरा, ठीक है? So just go through the map of Meghalaya once. वहाँ के major wildlife sanctuaries और national parks के बारे में देखते हैं ना, and separatist groups which are working or which are active in that area and the nearby areas, Nagaland, Assam, then this your Mizoram, Tripura, everywhere जहाँ पे भी पूरे separatist groups work कर रहे हैं, that will become important over here, ठीक है? Next is Gati Shakti to build on NIP, that is National Infrastructure Pipeline, focus on infra investment integration. Now this whole topic ही अगर देखो तो सीधे सीधे एक मेंस का क्वेश्चन दिखेगा आपको, ठीक है? Infrastructure is one of the sector in India where a lot of funding is provided, but whether it is working up to the mark or not, that is the question which comes to the mind and which may become a more probable question in your mains, right? तो यहाँ पे ये important है कि गति शक्ति, okay, and from prelims point of view, what is important is the name गति शक्ति, ठीक है? So गति शक्ति they can give you कि it's a name of some very fast train in India या कुछ transport sector से related दे देंगे या कुछ drone वगैरह है, ठीक है? So Gati Shakti is nothing but it's basically it's on the line of National Infrastructure Pipeline. So it is basically a program. Now if you see this piece of article, you will find that this Gati Shakti is a project that is aimed at creating an integrated framework for infrastructure development across the country, which will ensure that various economic hubs, they get connected to each other without any hurdles in terms of transportation. तो अभी तक क्या होता था कि every department related to the infrastructure thing, related to the infrastructure sector is working in silos. ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर अलग काम कर रहा है, इन्वेस्टमेंट वाला काम अलग हो रहा है, रॉ मटेरियल्स की सप्लाई का काम अलग हो रहा है. सो दे ऑल आर वर्किंग इन सिलोज. Gati Shakti will be a modern of a comprehensive plan which will bring out various aspects, and it will try to provide a link to the whole infrastructure project which are happening in the country as of now. That's why it's a extension of national infrastructure pipeline plan, which came into feature in 2017 mostly. So it is a framework which is of great importance, and work has been going on in due course. Its major focus is that it is a multimodal connectivity of various economic hubs with roads, rails, ports, airports, and they will be a part of this Gati Shakti plan. Then the kind of investment which will come in this, it will be a 110 lakh crore project, which was provided by which was announced by our Honorable Prime Minister during the Independence Day speech. So it will be 100 lakh, not 110, 100 lakh crore rupees plan. It will result in new employment opportunities. It will be a national infrastructure master plan for our country, which will lay foundation for infrastructure and will lead to an integrated and holistic pathway to our economy. That's why this is important. So you can use these figures in your mains also, in your mains questions also, and especially in prelims, this Gati Shakti name is important. Major area focus क्या रहेगा गति शक्ति का, that is important. कितना investment हुआ है, ये सारी चीजें. Along with this, you should have an idea on what National Infrastructure Pipeline Program was. कितना investment हुआ है इसमें अब तक, ठीक है? What is its current status? How beneficial it had been, और कब start हुआ है, starting date. ठीक है? All these things. This is the backward linkage which you have to make from this particular piece of news. Right? So these things become important. Next, I have taken up this article from Down to Earth magazine. I thought this is important because it involves a lot of things from your environment syllabus, so you have to cover it up. In Karur, a conservation dilemma regarding the slender loris. अब यहाँ पे important क्या क्या है? Karur, where it is located, उसके बेसिक फीचर्स क्या है उस पर्टिकुलर वाइल्ड लाइफ सैंक्चुरी या नेशनल पार्क के या फिर प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया के, एंड अबाउट स्लेंडर लॉरिस. ठीक है. सो न्यूज आर्टिकल तो ये था कि इन तमिलनाडु डायलेमा हैज कम टू द अथॉरिटीज वेदर to make Karur a protected area or to go for proper conservation of the slender loris species which is found in this particular region. So the Kandavur Hills in central Tamil Nadu's Karur district are home to the Kandavur Reserve Forest. Find the area of Kandavur Reserve Forest in your map. Right? So mapping of this particular area is needed. What special species are found in this particular reserve forest and any unique feature if it possesses. Okay. Then these forests are home to shy and reclusive slender loris, which is a species of primate. There is a conservation dilemma regarding animals in the area currently. The dilemma is that should the Tamil Nadu government declare this Kandavur Reserve Forest a sanctuary for slender loris protection, or it should implement a proposed species recovery project. ये इतना important नहीं है. Important यही है कि जो Kandavur Reserve Forest है, where it is located, what are the special features of that particular forest, those things will be needed. And slender loris, so commonly it is found in tropical scrub and deciduous forests. Yani India can be a home for these particular species, right? Mostly found in southern India and Sri Lanka. It is small and nocturnal primate. Nocturnal means awake throughout night. It prefers to inhabit thick thorny bushes and bamboo clumps where it can evade predators and also find insects, which is the main diet of this animal. IUCN has listed them under the endangered category, whereas they are listed under the Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972, according to them the highest level of legal protection. So that's why this news article I found it to be important. So this was it for today's piece of news. Next tomorrow we'll come up again with certain new features, and I want you all to please note down the important points. वैसे तो I am covering all the important points, ठीक है, but make a short note of these ताकि end में सिर्फ यही चीजें आपको revise करने की रहे, ठीक है, बहुत ज्यादा इधर उधर भागने की जरूरत ना पड़े. So try to make the notes of these things. You will find it beneficial in later period of time. जब answer writing start करोगे तो you will have a material for it. You have authenticated material for it. That's why I'm using the data and everything over there, ठीक है. So with this, we end up the discussion today. We'll meet tomorrow again at the same time. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civil's Daily.